Okay, time to have the subtlety of a 5-inch axe chopped down and into the scalp of his head. Don't mince words, Richard. Miss Carroway has been brutally murdered, and you were recently asking about her. Tell us your involvement with her. Honesty will serve you well.
Murdered? She can't have been. I never even got to speak with her. I wanted to marry her ever since I saw Love's Labour Lost. I was smitten with her. I wanted to find where she lived and everything about her. Now she's dead. I'll never love another.
I'm sorry, Richard. I hadn't realized that Miss Carroway had such an ardent admirer. Is there anything you can tell us that might help us?
No. Just leave me alone if you would.
Of course. Come, Watson. Oh, man. Oh, boy, I think we made a little boy cry. Well, I'm perfectly satisfied that he has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. He's just a secret admirer who asked for an address and tried to bribe the door guy. Well, that's one lead down, but I guess that's really worth trying to get to. Now we've hit all the bases, sort of. I mean, we've got 2 guys accounted for. We have Sarah's boyfriend at Eton, the guy who swears he's going to kill the murderer with his bare hands. We have the secret admirer at the Haddington Street chemist, who is such a secret admirer that he's never actually talked to Sarah. And lastly, we got to take a look at Blackwood, who we can connect to the flowers that were delivered to Sarah Carroway, because Leslie remembered him and identified, or at least remembered about the cufflink, which we were able to make a connection to with Taggart the publican. He gave us the address of Bradley's tobacco shop, which we'll take a look at now. Well, this is just a regular tobacco shop, I guess. I mean, there's really not much to look at here. Wow, there's really not much to look at. Let's take a look at the large crate. A large crate. It is made of fiberboard and wood, and has a rough finish. Labels and customs declarations are pasted on the lid. They indicate that the crate contained tobacco leaves and finished cigars from Cuba. Cuban cigars? Wow, they're illegal here. Well, in America anyway. Okay, let's take a look at the stuffed moose that Taggart told us about. This is a large stuffed moose head mounted on a mahogany board. The taxidermist appears to have been more than competent. Near the top of the board is the metal plaque with an inscription on it. It cannot be read simply by looking up. The head itself conceals it. Huh, that's interesting. Maybe, just maybe, because we know Blackwood mounted this thing, we might be able to find him using this thing as sort of a calling card of sorts. Let's try to use the moose head. I can't do that? How about if we open the moose... What? There's got to be some way up there, right? I know I abhor crate-pushing puzzles because they were the bane of my existence in Broken Sword 3. But in this case, I think it's unavoidable. There's no way up there. I don't think there's a stepladder around. And unlike Space Quest 3, Holmes can't just stuff an entire ladder down his pants like Roger Wilco. Well, let's start moving boxes. Hold on there. I can't give you the run of the place. The owner would be angry if he found out I had allowed anyone to mess about in his shop. Guess we need to convince him of the severity of our need. May we speak with the proprietor, please? I'm sorry, sir. He's in Scotland, shooting grouse. He won't be back for several days, I'm afraid. I'm told that he's rarely in, with his hunting trips and all. He's even been to East Africa. Perhaps you can tell us where that moose head comes from. From somewhere in North America, I believe. No, my boy.
He means, do you know where the proprietor had the moose head preserved?
Indeed, Watson, I should have been more precise.
I don't know anything about that. I've heard him boasting about the moose, though. Very proud of it, he is. Says that they're very dangerous. Doesn't look dangerous, does he? Evidently, this guy has never been to Canada, never been hit by a moose before.
It is imperative that I find out where the moose head was stuffed. Can you think of anything that might help me?
I'm sorry, sir, but I don't have any idea, and I can't think of anyone else that might know. I'm just helping around here. Temporary, like.
Ah, temp worker. Just lovely. It is of vital importance that I be allowed to continue my investigation without hindrance.
I'm sorry, sir, but I don't know who you are, and I can't be letting just anyone come in moving things around.
He's not just anyone. This is Sherlock Holmes.
My dear boy, I assure you I will harm nothing. Your sense of responsibility does you proud, but your assistance would be most valuable.
It may help apprehend a murderer.
Well, I suppose if it's all right you took about the place.
Took a look? Fine. Now don't stop me when I move my crates. Sound effects. Can I get on? I can't get onto the crate. Can I open the moose now? Freaking son of a... I guess I gotta move everything. It gave us just enough boxes to finish this off. Holmes, you idiot! You're supposed to move it the entire way there. You want me to click twice, you lazy butt? Oh, God. See, he pushes it twice here, but he can't push it twice when it comes out this way. Jeez. What a dick. What a lazy, lazy dick. Oh, come on. As you can tell, the boxes suddenly stop becoming items, or at least the top box does, and now I can take a look at the mounted moose head. This is a large stuffed moose head. The moose head is mounted on a large mahogany board, blah, 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 blah. The head is attached to the wall from a hook which goes through the hole in the top of the board. Here we go. From this vantage point, you can make out the metal plaque, which reads John Bradley, May 1885. Bradley's the name of the guy who runs this tobacco shop, or at least owns this place. It's called Bradley's Tobacco Shop. Is there a plaque that's sort of... Let's see here. There's a hook. I wonder if there's some way we can pop it open. Maybe there's something underneath. Ah! On the back of the mahogany board, some text is engraved in the wood. It reads Oxford Taxidermy, 188. Give me that address again, stupid rusher. 188 Oxford Street, London. Watson, have anything meaningful to contribute here? You've purchased cigars here before, have you not, Watson? Indeed, Holmes. They were allegedly rolled by the hands of Cuban maidens, but who can say? Very expensive they were. That is certainly the head we heard of at the Moongate, Watson. A noble beast, Holmes. It seems a pity that it should become a wall ornament in a public place. Very dubious taste, I should say. Well, he's never been one for the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Okay. Let's head out to the taxidermy. Think things are getting heavy now. Is that... Let's talk to him.